Hello dear students, welcome to online classes by Konnur English Medium School, LRT. So today we'll start one of the important topic from the mathematics, that is pair of linear equations in two variables. So before discussing about the pair of linear equations in two variables, so just we should have to know what are equations, and we should have to know what are the linear equation, what is the general form of linear equation, and what are the pair of linear equations in two variables, and what is the general form of linear equations in two variables. So after discussing these all, we come for the pair of linear equations in two variables. So first we should have to know what are equations. So equations are the statements which have equal signs between the two algebraic expressions. So for example, so 2x plus 3 is equal to 7. So here we are having one algebraic expression, that is 2x plus 3, and another one algebraic expression, that is 7. So in between these two algebraic expressions we are having an equal sign. So this is called an equation. If we solve and find the value of x, means that is known as a solution for equations. So next we should have to know what are linear equations. So linear equations means it is an algebraic expression having a degree 1. So the general form of linear equation is ax plus b is equal to 0. So this is the general form of linear equation. So here x is a variable, a and b are the constants. So here a must not be equal to 0. So if it is equal to 0 means 0 into x, it will become 0, and you are getting only a constant term, it will not called a linear equation. So this is the general form of linear equation. So here the example for linear equation is 2x plus a is equal to 12. It is one of the example for linear equation. So the linear equation, it is an equation having the degree 1. See here, if there is no power, means always it is 1. So it is a degree of equation 1, so it is called linear equation. So next we should have to know what is the linear equations in two variables. So the linear equations in two variables means we should have to get two variables in the linear equation. Already we know that linear equation means it is the equation having a degree 1. So the linear equations in two variables means the general form for linear equation in two variables is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. So it is a general form for linear equations in two variables. Here the two variables are x and y, and a, b and c, these are known as real numbers which are known as constant. Here a also not equal to 0, b also not equal to 0. So here a and b must not be equal to 0. C may be a 0, but a and b must not be equal to 0. So those are called linear equations in two variables. The example for this is 7x plus 8y minus 2 is equal to 0. It is one of the example for linear equation in two variables. So next we discuss about the topic, that is pair of linear equations in two variables. So already we know that linear equation, also we know that linear equations in two variables. So we should have to study now a pair of linear equations in two variables. So pair means there must be two linear equations. So here we have to take a pair of linear equations in two variables. The general form of pair of linear equations in two variables is a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0, and a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. So it is one of the linear equation two variable, because here x and y are the two variables, and it is an equation having a degree 1. And it is another one linear equation in two variable. Here also the degree of the linear equation is 1. So these two linear equations together called pair of linear equations in two variable. So this is known as the general form of pair of linear equation in two variable. So that is a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0, a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. So here x and y are variables in both the equations a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, c2. So these are the real numbers and also they are known as constants. So here also a1 is not equal to 0, b1 is not equal to 0, here a2 is not equal to 0, b2 is also not equal to 0. So this is known as pair of linear equations in two variables. So next we should have to study how to find the solutions of the pair of linear equations in two variables. So there are two methods to find the solutions of the pair of linear equations in two variables. So the two methods are, one is algebraic method, another one is graphical method. One is graphical method and another one is algebraic method. So there are two methods to find the solutions of the pair of linear equations in two variables. So those are graphical method and algebraic method. So in this graphical method, we are getting three conditions. By using those three conditions, we are going to tell solution. We are going to find the solutions of the pair of linear equations in two variables. Those three conditions are, one is in the first condition we are getting an intersecting line, in the second condition we are getting a coincident line, and the third condition we are getting a parallel line. So by using these three conditions we are going to tell how we are going to find the solutions of the pair of linear equations in two variables. So again the second method, using the graphical algebraic method also we are going to find the solutions of the pair of linear equations in two variables. So in the algebraic method again we are having three methods. So the first method is substitution method, second method is elimination method, and the third method is cross multiplication method. So by using these three methods we are going to find the solutions of the pair of linear equations in two variables. So that in detail we are going to study one by one. So first we will discuss a graphical method. So this graphical, if we want to find the solutions of the pair of linear equation by graphical method, we are finding this using the coefficients of the pair of linear equations in two variables. So already we know the general formula of linear equation in two variables is a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0, a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. Using these coefficients, it means a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, c2, we are going to find the solutions by graphical methods. So in the first condition, as already I have told you that there are three conditions to find the solutions of the pair of linear equation in two variable by graphical method. So the first condition is, if the coefficients a1 by a2 is, in the first condition we are getting this one, a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2. For example, I will take one example, 2x plus 3y plus 7 is equal to 0, 5x plus 8y plus 3 is equal to 0. Here a1 is equal to 2, b1 is equal to 3, c1 is equal to 7, and a2 is equal to 5, b2 is equal to 8, c2 is equal to 3. These are the coefficients of pair of linear equations. So in these coefficients we have to check whether a1 by a2 is equal to what? 2 divided by 5. And next b1 by b2 is equal to what? 3 divided by 8. So these are already in the simplified form, 2 by 5, 3 by 8. If already they are in the simplified form, just you have to compare them, a1 by a2 and b1 by b2. They are not equal. See here it is a 2 by 5, here it is a 3 by 8. If it is like that, this condition is satisfied now. a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2. So if this ratios, if you get this condition, At that time, if you represent the equations on the graph, if you represent these equations on the graph, you are getting intersecting lines. If you plot a graph, you are getting what? Intersecting lines. For example, if you take a graph, you are getting like this. You may get a line like this, intersecting lines. So, if the lines are intersected, at that time, how many solutions you are getting? Only one solution, because the line is already here intersected. So, you are getting how many solutions? Only one solution, that is unique solution. And the consistency. So, consistency means pair of linear equation have any solution. If it contains a solution, means it is a consistent pair. If it doesn't contain any solutions, means it is inconsistent pair. So, here we already know that unique solution. One solution is there. If there is a solution, it is called what? Consistent pair. So, the given pair of linear equations are consistent. If a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2, if you represent those linear equations on the graph, you are getting what? Intersecting line. And the algebraic solution. How many solutions you are getting if the two lines are intersected? Only one solution. It means unique solutions you are getting, and the consistency of those equations is consistent. It means consistent pair they are. So, okay, this is the first condition. So, next we discuss the second condition, that is a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is equal to c1 by c2. Let us we take one more example, that is 3x plus 4y plus 7 is equal to 0, 6x plus 8y plus 14 is equal to 0. So, in this example, let us we see the coefficients, what the coefficients you are having here. So, here a1 is equal to what? 3. b1 is equal to 4, c1 is equal to 7, and a2 is equal to 6, b2 is equal to 8, c2 is equal to 14. So, check whether a1 by a2, what you are getting? a1 by a2 is equal to what? 3 divided by 6. If you cancel this, what you are getting? 1 divided by 2. Next, b1 by b2 is equal to what? 4 divided by 8. If you cancel this, you are getting again 1 divided by 2. Next, c1 by c2. You are having 7 divided by 14. 7 ones are, 7 twos are. Again, you are getting what? 1 divided by 2. So, in this condition, a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is equal to c1 by c2. All they are equal to what? 1 divided by 2. If all the ratios are equal, then if you represent these linear equations on the graph, you are getting what? Coincident lines. Coincident lines. It means if you plot a graph for these equations, 3x plus 4y plus 7 is equal to 0, 6x plus 8y plus 14 is equal to 0. If you plot a graph, you are getting a coincident line. So, this is the one line, and on the same line you are getting another one. So, the both lines they will coincide. So, if the two lines are coincided, at the time how many solutions you are getting? You are getting an infinite number of solutions. It means infinitely many solutions you are getting. Because why you are getting infinitely many solutions? Here the two lines are coincided. If the two lines are coincided, you are getting infinitely many solutions. Already I have told you that if you have any solutions, the equations are consistent pair. If there is no solution, the equations are inconsistent pair. Here we are having infinitely many solutions, means the consistency is what? It is a consistent pair. So, this is what? A second condition. And we come for the third condition. So, in third condition, a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is not equal to c1 divided by c2. Let us take one example. 2x plus 3y plus 8 is equal to 0. 6x plus 6x plus 9y plus 9 is equal to 0. Again, I have taken a pair of linear equations here. In this pair of linear equation, a1 value is what? 2. B1 value is what? 3. C1 value is 8. And in the second equation, A2 is equal to 6, B2 is equal to 9, C2 is equal to 9. Let us compare a coefficients. A1 divided by A2 is equal to 2 divided by 6. 2 1s are, 2 3s are, is equal to 1 divided by 3. And B1 divided by B2 is equal to 3 divided by 9. So that is equal to, if you cancel 3 1s are, 3 3s are, 1 divided by 3. And if you consider C1 by C2, here it is 8 divided by 9. It is not possible to cancel. So if you observe these coefficients, these ratios, if you observe these ratios, A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2. Both they are equal. 1 divided by 3, 1 divided by 3. But C1 by C2 is not equal to these two. So C1 by C2 is not equal. If this ratio is satisfied at that time, if you represent these linear equations, 2x plus 3y plus 8 is equal to 0 and 6x plus 9y plus 9 is equal to 0 on the graph, you are getting lines to be parallel. The two lines, they are parallel to each other. If you plot a graph, you are getting how the two lines are parallel. Like this, you may get lines. These two lines are parallel. If the two lines are parallel, then there is no solutions. If the two lines are parallel, they have not intersected, they are not coincided. If it is like that, here the two lines are parallel. If the two lines are parallel, then it has no solution. And already I have told you that if there is a solution, it is called consistent pair. If there is no solutions, means it is a inconsistent pair. In the third condition, the consistency is what? Inconsistent pair. The students, you should have to just prepare this table. If you prepare this table, definitely you are getting a 2 marks. 1 marks question they may ask, any one question they may ask from this table. 1 marks question, 2 questions they may ask, or 2 marks question, 1 question they may ask on this table. So you should have to prepare this table. Once again I will explain about this table. You are having in the first column, you are having comparing the ratios you are having here. In the second column, you are having representing on the graph. If you represent those linear equations on the graph, how you are getting the lines on the graph. And in the third column, you are having algebraic solutions. It means how many solutions you are getting if you solve those linear equations. And in the fourth column, you are having a consistency. It means whether they are consistent pair or inconsistent pair. You are going to study from this. So here, first condition is what? A1 by A2 is not equal to B1 by B2. If the ratios are not equal, then the two lines are intersecting. If the two lines are intersecting, then it has unique solution. If it has a unique solution, then the linear equations are consistent pair. In the second condition, A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2. If this ratio is satisfied, at that time, if you represent those linear equations on the graph, you are getting the two lines to be a coincident. If the two lines are coincident, at that time you are getting infinitely many solutions. If there is a infinitely many solutions, the consistency is consistent pair. And in the third condition, A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2. If this condition is satisfied, and if you plot those linear equations on the graph, you are getting the two lines to be a parallel. If the two lines are parallel, then there is no solutions. If there is no solutions, then the consistency is inconsistent pair. In the exam, they are giving you two linear equations and asking you to find whether the equations are consistent or not. If they ask you like that a question by giving you two linear equations, if they ask you whether they are consistent or not consistent, to check that whether they are consistent or not consistent, you have to just compare the ratios. If you check whether A1 by A2 is not equal to if you check them A1 by A2, B1 by B2, C1 by C2, at that time if A1 by A2 is not equal to B1 by B2, the consistency is what? It is a consistent pair. If A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2, the consistency is consistent pair again. And A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is not equal to C1 by C2, it is an inconsistent pair. Sometimes they may ask you a question, how the graph you are getting if you plot these two linear, if you, without putting a graph, by observing the linear equations, you can tell whether the two lines are intersecting, whether the two lines are parallel, whether the two lines are coincident. How do you tell without putting the graph? By observing the ratios again. It means they may ask you about these, they may ask you a question based on these graph also, they may ask you a question based on this consistency of a linear equations. Okay students, let us discuss some exercise problems based on this graphical method. So the first problem is, Aftab tells to his daughter, 7 years ago, I was 7 times as old as you were then. 3 years from now, I shall be 3 times as old as you will be. Represent this situation algebraically and also in graphically. So we have to form a linear equation first. So after forming a linear equation, that is nothing but the algebraic method, and after converting that statement to linear equation, so next we have to plot the graph for those linear equations. So the question is, Aftab tells to his daughter. So here we are having the two members, one is Aftab, another one is his daughter. So we don't know the age of both of them. So let us consider one says as a x and his daughter is as a y. So let us again consider age of Aftab. Age of Aftab is equal to x years. Age of his daughter is equal to y years. So the first condition is, Aftab tells to his daughter, what he tells? 7 years ago. The first condition is, we are going to solve the pair of linear equation, means we are getting a two linear equation here. For the first linear equation, we are having this condition that 7 years ago. By taking 7 years ago, we are getting a one linear equation. And again, the second equation is after 3 years, 3 years from now. It means after 3 years, again one linear equation you are getting. So the first condition is 7 years ago. 7 years ago, age of Aftab is equal to. So the present age of Aftab is x years. If the present age is x years, means 7 years ago his age will be x minus 7 years. And age of his daughter is, the present age of his daughter is y years. 7 years ago is her age is y minus 7 years. So the condition is, Aftab tells to his daughter, 7 years ago I was 7 times as old as you were then. I means who is here? I means Aftab. What is the age of Aftab 7 years ago? It is x minus 7. I was 7 times as old as you were then. You were means, you means who is here? Who is here? You means his daughter. So his daughter is 7 years ago, it is y minus 7. Aftab tells to his daughter 7 years ago, age of Aftab is x minus 7. I was 7 times. So 7 times means 7 into 7 times as old as you were then. You were means his daughter. His daughter age is y minus 7. 7 years ago, age of Aftab will be 7 times as old as you will be. It means his daughter is. So x minus 7 is equal to y into bracket. So 7 into bracket y minus 7. So simplify this. X minus 7 is equal to 7 into y is 7y. 7 into minus 7 is minus 49. And x minus bring this bring that variable one side and take these constants one side. So if you bring this 7y this side, here it is a plus 7y. If you take it to left side, it becomes minus 7y. And this minus 49, keep it as it is. And take this minus 7 to the right side, it becomes plus 7. So x minus 7y is equal to minus 49 plus 7 is minus 42. So it is a first equation, linear equation. So x minus y is equal to minus 42. It is algebraic. And second condition is 3 years ago. So 3 years ago, age of Akhtar becomes what? Is equal to 3 years ago, age of Akhtar is equal to present age is x, means 3 years ago, no? After 3 years. Sorry. After 3 years. After 3 years, age of Akhtar. So the present age is x, means after 3 years his age will become x plus 3. And age of his daughter is equal to y plus 3. Present age is y, and after 3 years her age becomes y plus 3. So the condition is what? 3 years from now, I shall be, I means again Akhtar. After 3 years age of Akhtar is x plus 3. I shall be 3 times. So 3 times means 3 into as old as you will be. You will be means again his daughter. His daughter is after 3 years is y plus 3. So simplify this, x plus 3 is equal to 3 into y. It is equal to 3y. 3 into plus 3 is plus 9. And again we make a variable one side and constant one side. If you bring this 3y this side, x minus 3y is equal to 9. This plus 3 if you take that side, minus 3. So x minus 3y is equal to 9 minus 3 is 6. It is a second linear equation. The first linear equation is x minus 7y is equal to minus 42. Second linear equation is x minus 3y is equal to 6. We have shown this situation algebraically now. So the next they asked you to show that linear equation graphically. So if you put a graph of this one, we should have to find before x and y values. So if you find x and y values, so for this equation I will take I will find a value for this equation. So x and y. Suppose if you take here, first you make this equation like this, x is equal to minus 42, take this minus 7y, that side it becomes plus 7y. So here you have to substitute y value and you have to get x value. So if you substitute y is equal to 5, so if you substitute y is equal to 5, you can put any values. It is left to you. So I want to get a smaller value, so I am taking 5. If you take it to 0, you are getting minus 42. It will to put the graph, it will take a little bit. You will get a little bit difficulty there. So better you can take values which are very small. So if you substitute 2 also, you are getting 14. 42 minus 14, you are getting a bigger number again. So for that I have taken 5. So if you put 5, 7 into 5 is 35. So minus 42 plus 35. So minus 42 plus 35 is minus 7. And next I am going to put a value 6. In place of y, if you substitute 6, 7 into 6, 6 7s are 42. So minus 42 plus 42 is 0. And third value is 7. So if you put 7, 7 into 7 is 49. Minus 42 plus 49 is plus 7. So by taking these values, you have to plot a graph. So here we have plotted graph already. So by taking these values, we have put this graph. So first value is when x is minus 7, y is 5. When x is minus 7. So x is minus 7 you are getting here, and y is 5 you are getting here. Both they will intersect here. So minus 7 and 5. So the second value is when x is 0, y is 6. When x is 0, y is 6. So we are getting the point here 0, 6. And the third values are 7, 7. When x is 7, y is also 7. So when x is 7, y is 7, they both will intersect here. And if you join all the points, you are getting a straight line. Already you know that for linear equation we are getting a straight line. For the linear equation, if you plot a graph, we are getting a straight line. So this is for the first linear equation, that is x minus 7y is equal to minus 42. And if you take this equation, x minus 3y is equal to 6. Already we got algebraically. So now we have to show it graphically also. So what you are getting? So here, if you simplify this, you are getting x is equal to minus 3y. If you take this side, 6 plus 3y, and we have to find the values. So x and y. So here we have to again substitute the y values and we have to get x value. Suppose if you substitute to x, y is equal to 0. What you are getting? If y is equal to 0, 3 into 0 is 0. 0 plus 6 is 6. If you put y is equal to 1. 3 into 1 is 3. 6 plus 3 is 9. And if you put y is equal to minus 1. 3 into minus 1 is minus 3. 6 minus 3 is 3. You can put any values. It is left to you. So I have taken here 0, 1, minus 1. You can take any other values. So you are getting different x values. And you can put a graph. So by taking these values, I have put a graph here now. So when x is 6, y is 0. When x is 6, y is 0. The point we are getting here. So 6, 0. Second one is when x is 9, y is 1. When x is 9, y is 1 here. They both will intersect in this point. So this is 9, 1. And next, third one is 3. When x is 3, y is minus 1. When x is 3, so x is 3 is here. X value 3 is here. And y is minus 1 is here. The both will intersect in this point. And 3, minus 1. If you join all those points, you are getting again a straight line. So here already we have studied how the linear equations you have studied graphically how you are getting and algebraically how you are getting. Already I have shown you the table. So here the equation a1 by a2 in this condition a1 is x means coefficient. If there is no number means always it is 1 and a1 value is 1. In the second condition the equation is x minus 3y. So again here a1 value is 1. 1 divided by 1 is 1. Here a2 value is minus 7. B2 value is minus 7. In this equation B2 value is minus 3. Minus 7 divided by minus 3 is 7 divided by 3. A1 by A2 is 1 by 1 and B1 by B2 is 7 divided by 3. A1 by A2 is not equal to B1 by B2. If they are not equal, how the lines we are getting? The two lines will intersect. Here they have not intersected. If you observe the graph, here they have not intersected. But if you extend these lines, these are not a parallel lines. So see here, this line is like this and this line is like this. If you extend these anywhere, they will intersect each other. Because why they will intersect? Because these A1 by A2 is not equal to B1 by B2. If A1 by A2 is not equal to B1 by B2, already we have studied that the two lines will intersect. Here they have not intersected, but if you extend, the two lines will intersect. And this is the first problem. What we have a situation algebraically and graphically. The second question is the coach of a cricket team buys 3 bats and 6 balls for 3,900 rupees. Later, she buys another bat and 3 more balls for the same kind for 1,300 rupees. Represent this situation algebraically and again geometrically. So here also, so same method what I have solved here, like that only we have to solve there. The question is little bit different. So here we are having a coach, the coach of a cricket team buys bat and balls here. So we have bat and balls. So they have purchased the 3 bats and 6 ball for 3,900 rupees, and again they have purchased 1 bat and 3 more balls for 1,300 rupees. So here we don't know what is the cost of each bat, and we don't know what is the cost of each ball. So if you don't know them, once amount you have to take it as a x, and another one amount you have to take it as a y. So let us, I will take cost of each bat is equal to x rupees, and cost of each ball is equal to y rupees. So the cost of each bat I have taken x rupees, and cost of each ball I have taken y rupees. So again there are two conditions. In the first condition they have purchased 3 bats and 6 balls. By taking those we can form one linear equation. And in the second condition they have purchased 1 bat and 3 more balls. Again for that we are getting another one equation. So the first equation, in the first condition the coach of a cricket team buys 3 bats and 6 balls for how much rupees? 3,900 rupees. So we have taken the cost of each bat as a x rupees and cost of each ball as a y rupees. How many bats she has purchased there? 3 bats. It means 3 into x. Plus, because we want to add, because it is an amount, total amount means we have to make an addition here. 3x plus, how many balls she has purchased? 6 balls. So 6 y, cost of each ball is y rupees. So that is equal to total amount, how much they are given? 3,900 rupees. So here still we can make a simplification here, because here 3, 6, 3,900, all 3 numbers will come in one table. So we can take a common here. What the common we can take here? 3. If you take 3 common, x plus 2y is equal to 3,900 rupees. So if you cancel 3 ones are 3 ones are, 3 threes are, and 0. So we are getting x plus 2y is equal to 1,300. So this is the first linear equation. And next, the second condition is what? In the second condition, later she buys another bat and 3 more balls. In the second condition, she has purchased 1 bat and 3 balls. Already we know that cost of each bat is x rupees and cost of each ball is y rupees. The condition becomes what? X, 1 bat means 1 into x is x plus 3 balls, 3y is equal to how much cost they have given? 1,300 rupees. This is again a second equation. Here it is not possible to simplify. So the second equation is x plus 3y is equal to 1,300 rupees. So here we have got already 2 equations. One is x plus 2y is equal to 1,300, and another one is x plus 3y is equal to 1,300. So we have got now algebraically. So next we have to find graphically. It means geometrically. It means we have to put these values on the graph also. So first, before putting a graph, we have to find the values of x and y for this equation also, and values of x and y for this equation also. So let us find a values. X is equal to plus 2y if you take that side, 1,300 minus 2y. So here in this equation we have to put this equation, we have to put y values and we have to get x value. So if you put y is equal to 100, don't consider 1. If you consider 1, you are getting a 1300. So that number, it is very difficult to show it on the graph. So we have to take a smaller number. So to make it smaller, I have taken y as a 100. If you take 100, y is equal to 100. 2 into 100 is 200, 1300 minus 200 is 1100. If you take 200, y is equal to 200. 2 into 200 is 400, and 1300 minus 400 is 900. If you take 300, 2 into 300 is 600, 1300 minus 600 is 700. This is for the first one. So by taking these, I have shown it these points on the graph here. So when x is 100, when y is 100, x is 1100. When y is 100, y100 you are getting here, and x is 1100, that you are getting here 1100. So they both will intersect here in this point. So that is 1100, 100. And the second, when y is 200, x is 900. When y is 200, 200 is here y, and x is 900. 900 it is in between 800 and 1000. So they both will intersect here. So this point is nothing but 900, 200. And third one is when y is 300, x is 700. When y is 300, y 300 you are getting in between 200 and 400, and x is 700. 700 it is in between 600 and 800 here. They both will intersect in this point, and the answer is 700. Sorry, and the point you are getting here 700, 300. So if you join all those points, you are getting a straight line here again. And in the same way, we have to find x and y value for this also. X is equal to, if you take this 3 by that side, 1300 minus 3y. And again, if you put here, you have to put a y value, and you have to get a x value. If you put y is equal to 100, 3 into 100 is 300. So 1300 minus 300 is, you are getting 1000. And if you put y is equal to 200, so 3 into 200, so it is 600. So 1300 minus 600 is 700. And if you put y is equal to 300, 3 into 300 is 900. So 1300 minus 900 is 400. And again, if you put these points on the graph, you are getting a line like that there. So y is 100, x is 1000. When y is 100, y100 you are getting here, x is 1000, 1000 is here, they both will intersect in this point. And again, when y is 200, x is 700. When y is 200, 200 is here, and x is 700, 700 it is in between 600 and 800. They both will intersect here. And the last one is, when y is 300, x is 400. When y is 300, it is in between 200 and 400, and x is 300. So, sorry, x is 400, they both will intersect here. And the answer 300, 400. So, we have got both by algebraic solution and geometrical solution. Okay, students, I thought that you have understood these problems. So these two, based on these two problems, similar problems you are getting in the exercise, you can solve them very easily. If you know these two perfectly, then you can solve any problems which they will ask you in the exam also. So very simple problems, so you can solve it by algebraic method also and by graphical method also.